Michigan, big win for the Wolverines and what is definitely being viewed as a rebuilding season with the true freshman quarterback, with all the defensive players they lost last year, a revamped offensive line, a receiver room that definitely needs some upgrades. The Wolverines are 3-1. They go on the road in a tough environment and beat the Huskers with Bryce Underwood under center.
Yeah, making plays, mostly with his legs, threw for just over 100 yards, did what he needed to do through the air. But you're seeing him take control of this team, take control. You know, it'll be great having Sharon Moore back, and Bryce Underwood can keep it rolling. Steve, yesterday, E.J. Holland of our site, The Wolverine, kind of talked a little bit about linebacker Nick Abrams, and it sounds like things are heating up between him and Michigan. He committed to Georgia earlier this summer right here on this channel. Nick Abrams, though, potentially a flip target for Michigan down the stretch.
Yeah, E.J. Holland reporting that they're going to get him on campus. Chad Simmons also talked to him. Now, Georgia's going to be tough to beat here, but Michigan, what they offer on the field, off the field, academically, this is as well-rounded a prospect as there is in the country. There's a lot of reasons why Michigan was a finalist for him. They will stay on the gas in this recruitment. Wins like this can't hurt in the Julian Walker sweepstakes, Josh, edge rusher from Columbia, South Carolina, Dutch Fork High. He's been on the South Carolina campus the last 2 weekends. Michigan's going to get him and his entire family back for the Wisconsin game. That is a huge visit for his mom. His mom has not been on campus yet. He wants her to feel comfortable. South Carolina is definitely building momentum, but just the way Michigan got after the quarterback today, the way they develop pass rushers, defensive line, year in and year out, what they do schematically, this is a great game for them to point to and say, this is why you chose Michigan in the first place, because we are an elite defense. We develop players at an elite level. I still think Michigan is looking for some help in the secondary. There are a lot of guys out there on the board committed elsewhere that they're still swinging at. Havon Finney, Davon Benjamin, Kerry Adams is a guy committed to Notre Dame that E.J. Holland talks about a lot regarding Michigan and potential flip targets in the secondary. But the Wolverines, in a year that is deemed a rebuilding year, they recruited a top 10 class last year, included franchise quarterback Bryce Underwood. They have a top 10 class this year, highlighted by Savion Hyder, Carter Meadows, Titan Davis. We talked about Julian Walker, about receiver commit Travis Johnson going off today. If you're following E.J. Holland on Twitter, dude was in the end zone quite a bit. He was fantastic at the overtime OT7 event this summer. I thought he, that was around the time where Michigan was trying to close Calvin Russell. And I'm thinking, man, this Travis Johnson is playing at a much higher level in this setting. And so they got one of their top receivers on the board, another terrific offensive line haul, highlighted by Malachi Lee. So back-to-back top 10 classes. They're trying to add to it. So they're definitely not done in 2026. It's just a matter of who will they ultimately flip. And a big win on the road for the development of Bryce Underwood, for him to go out there and play in that environment and be poised. He's just very poised. I think Michigan, they're going to need to go big at receiver in the transfer portal. It's obvious that they're going to have to find some difference makers at that position. And then you bring in a guy like Travis Johnson that you're excited about, but you need some 21-year-olds to come in. Right. And so Michigan, I'm sure they already have that plan. I'm sure they're allocating resources, because if they get a couple game-changing wide receivers, their running back room is as good as it gets in the country right now with Haynes and Marshall. Everyone in the stadium knew that they were running the ball. Big gain after big gain, chunk play, hard runs, breaking tackles, physical play, that Michigan style of play. They can add some wide receivers to this mix. They landed their top tight end, Mason Ludwig, in this cycle. They have a steal at tight end. They have a terrific tight end haul. Matt Ludwig gets all the headlines, but Mason Bonner's a freak, man. 6'6", 200-pound multi-sport athlete from Denver Mullen High. So Michigan, I love where they're at as a program right now. And great recruiting class coming in, and it'll be exciting to see who they add to it. Linebacker, secondary, offensive line. And if I'm them, if there's another great receiver out there that's having a good senior year, a riser, someone they think can play right away, go get him too.
Yeah. And I think they'll have plenty of money to do that. Oracle stock is up 85.9% year to date. That's pretty good. So we'll see what they can add. One other player that had to be licking his chops today is Savion Hyder, America's #1 rated running back. Had to love Justice Haynes going for 149 yards and a touchdown. And just the way he ran, so physical, did it all out of the backfield. Savion Hyder is somebody that can slide in and probably do that day one for Michigan. So really excited to see what he does.
Deep and talented backfield there for Michigan. Obviously, Savion Hyder is as good at his job as anyone in high school football is. He's Rivals' #1 ranked running back. He is an explosive player, out of his cuts, finds that top gear. Michigan ran for 286 yards today, Josh, 149 for Haynes. Marshall only needed 6 carries to get 80. Underwood added 61. But the way Michigan, you can prepare to stop the run, and you can have a plan until you know what they say, until that Michigan O-line hits you right in the mouth. And how hard and physical those Michigan running backs run, Savion Hyder's going to fit right in. The tight ends get in on the block game. They scheme it up great, and It's just the culture. It's the environment. You're going to run the ball at Michigan. There was nothing Nebraska could do about it today. They couldn't stop the pass. They couldn't stop the rush. They couldn't stop the run, and that's why the Wolverines went into Lincoln and got a dub.
Yeah, big road win for Bryce Underwood. You guys talk to us. What got you most excited about today's win as a Michigan fan? Let us know. Comment section below.